Hello everyone. In this video we're going to be taking a look at an opinion piece from the Washington Examiner written by Byron York, published on March 22nd. Now Byron York here, the reason why I'm covering this is, and as the title denotes, he's pointed out 5 things that didn't happen in the Mueller investigation. 5 things that should get attention because of the fact that these were all things that people on the left were claiming were going to happen, especially in the legacy media. I remember pretty much everyone on CNN talking out their asses about these things becoming the case. I remember hearing Rachel Madcow at MSNBC and others there talk about how these things were going to happen. None of them did. And they should be called out on this because they literally tried to push this shit was going to happen. Tried to create this narrative, and they got proven full of shit. Robert Mueller has delivered his report on the Trump-Russia investigation to Attorney General William Barr. Sometime soon, perhaps within hours, Barr will send the report's principal conclusions to Congress. It will first go to the chairperson and ranking members of both the House and Senate Judiciary Committees. It is unclear what will happen after that, but certainly other lawmakers will see the document and there will be a steady stream of leaks of what is in the report. Well, actually, that all depends. Because the ones who would be more likely to leak would be the Democrats. And where there's, pretty much a given, nothing damning in there in regards to Trump or Russia or anything like that, they're going to keep their mouths shut. You might see a couple Republicans let something slip, but they're not the ones that generally do leaks. And if they did it, it would be like, yeah, no Russia. So I don't see a steady stream of leaks, but we can agree to disagree on that. The Mueller investigation is over, and it is apparently the case that Mueller does not recommend any new indictments because there is actually nothing there in regards to Russia and collusion and Trump. They investigated, they didn't find shit, and that's why there's no new indictments. There was no indictments regarding Russia, except for these ones that Mueller went, oh, we can do these indictments to back our Russian bullshit? Because the Russians are foreign nationals and they're never going to come to the U.S. and want their day in court. And the funny thing is one of them wants their day in court. It's beautiful too. And when he said that, it was funny. The legacy media, especially, legacy media on the right did some reporting on this. Not really, but they did. But there isn't much right legacy media. The left-leaning legacy media avoided it like the bubonic fucking plague. They were like, oh, nothing to see here. Yeah, no. We don't know what you're talking about. No, that didn't happen because we didn't report on it. That's how they kind of tried to handle it, But yeah, so that's the only Russian stuff. And there's actually someone going, hey, wait a minute. I want my day in court, motherfucker. Who the hell are you to make these accusations about me? I want my day in court. And I hope they get their day in court because I will laugh my ass off when he proves that Mueller was full of shit and it was an opportunistic indictment based off of no factual evidence. I want that. I hope he gets his day in court. I wish I could think of his name right now. I really wish I could think of his goddamn name. At this point, it is not possible to say what is in the report, but even at this early moment, it is possible to note some things that did not happen during the Mueller investigation. Now, like this is why I wanted to cover this, because you had a lot of people on the left, and especially in the legacy media, saying that these things were going to happen, and none of them came to fruition. Not one of them. It's so beautiful looking at these things and saying, yeah, you people talked out your ass. You can take, is it wrong that I take pleasure out of this? Watching these things that they claimed not happening? Is that wrong of me? Anyway, Mueller did not indict Donald Trump Jr., Jared Kushner, or other people whose purported legal jeopardy was the subject of intense media speculation in the last year. Yeah, exactly. And I remember CNN, you had Lion Lemon and Anderson Cooper and Navarro and all these other people there going that these people were going to be indicted. And they would name off Donald Trump Jr., Jared Kushner, so on and so forth, and didn't happen. Mad Cow made the same claims. Didn't happen. Over at MSNBC. Mueller did not change. That was the first one. So number 2, Mueller did not charge anyone in the Trump campaign or circle with conspiring with Russia to fix the 2016 election, as was the subject of intense media speculation in the last year. Yeah, that's right. You idiots spurred out, made all these claims that this was going to happen, and guess what? It didn't. Because there was no evidence of it. Oh, poor babies. You poor baby. Are you going to need safe spaces? How about trauma animals to pet? I think we can arrange that too. Number 3, Mueller did not subpoena the president, as was the subject of intense media speculation in the last year. Yep. They were like, oh, he's going to get subpoenaed, where he's going to have to, be under oath, and he's going to have to do all this, and we're going to get him, and we're going to hang him with it, and there's no way he can hide because he's going to have to be subpoenaed. Mueller will do it, and he'll be able to do it, and we'll get evil bad Trump out of office with that. That was what they did on both, and like CNBC. I mean, well, CNBC did it too, but MSNBC, CNN, hell, regular NBC had some of that stuff going on. CBS and ABC News did too. Vox had that shit going on. Even the new media, not the alternative media, but the new media like Voxes and Vices, and they had the same shit going on, and none of it happened. That one definitely didn't, and the first 2 before it didn't. So, yeah. Number 4. And they fear-mongered the shit out of people with this, and it didn't happen. The president did not fire Mueller, as was the subject of intense media speculation in the last year. No, the speculation, that's putting it mildly. There was no speculation. They said he was going to do it. They said he was going to do it, that he was doing it to cover up for Russia and all this other stuff. Then they were like, oh, when he does it, it wasn't if, it was when he does it. Yep, that's proof that there was Russian collusion. Didn't happen. Number 5, the president did not interfere with Mueller's investigation, as was the subject of intense media speculation in the last year. In his letter to Congress, Barr noted the requirement that he notify lawmakers if top Justice Department officials ever interfere with the Mueller investigation. There were no such instances, Barr wrote. Yeah, exactly. They tried to say, he was trying to interfere with the investigation, that he was trying to stop it, that he was trying to do all this stuff, and they were trying to claim what he was doing was illegal, and all he was doing was just getting on his soapbox and expressing his view on the subject. And they went, oh yeah, they even tried to say that was trying to interfere with the investigation. Didn't happen. And you would think we could just move on at this point, let this all go away, never have to deal with it again, and people that aren't on the left deranged side of things could have just kind of let bygones be bygones at this point. But no, the left is going to keep pushing this shit. And they're going to go, well, Mueller didn't find anything, but there's still Russian collusion, because you've already got lower federal prosecutors doing investigations, hoping to find something. And they're not going to find shit. And to me, when they keep launching investigation after investigation without any grounds to really do so, these are deep state bureaucrats that should all be fired when they're doing that type of shit. Their asses should be canned. No ifs, ands, or buts. Sayonara. See you later. Don't let the door hit you with a good Lord split you. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Just get the fuck out. That's how it should be with these type of people pulling this shit. So Mueller is finished. Not long after the news broke, Fox News White House correspondent John Roberts said, the feeling at the White House right now is that it is finally over. Yes and no. Mueller's decision to file a report and not recommend any more indictments does not mean that the broader Trump-Russia investigation is over. Anticipating just this possibility, House Democrats ramped up new Trump-Russia investigations in recent weeks to make sure that it will never be over. There is little doubt that such investigations will still be going on At least until the 2020 elections. Yes, because see, they need this to keep, instead of just admitting defeat, admitting that they sparked out, were complete morons, they need to keep doubling down and tripling down and quadrupling down and quintupling down and until they get to decoupling. Is that what 10 is? But at that point, that'll be the 2020 election when they've went down on this 10 times. So, I mean, it's gotten to a point where they're going to keep beating this like a dead horse. And what they don't realize is the vultures have picked it clean. The carcass clean. There's just some bones, and they're whacking on some bones. And you would think the xylophone sounding shit would be a reality check to them. That there's nothing solid there to really beat on. But it hasn't. And they're just going to beat this beyond the point of the dead horse, like I said. Anyway, I've covered this well enough. I'm just going to leave things here. If you liked this video, depending on where you are watching it, please give it an upvote or thumbs up. If you want to know when new content of mine hits the internet, don't forget to subscribe to one or more of my social media or video accounts listed here. Also, with YouTube, don't forget to ring that bell. You can find all of my video content on both BitChute and YouTube. This may not be the case with other places I upload to, but I will try to minimize this happening. You are always welcome to interact with me at any of these sites on the list, so feel free to do so. If you have anything you want me to cover in a video, when it comes to news or current events, send it right along to me. I will try to do my best to cover it. As always, thank you for watching.